kasuwa zanga-zanga da ya taimaki talakokin shi da yaya tun da asuba ka zo ka zuba mu ba ruwa ba abinci direbobi ba kudin mota.
Alright, this is latest 247. So guys, in case you did not understand what this lady is saying or what she is screaming about, she's screaming about what happened recently. Recall that the issue of protest happening or not happening has been has been in the waves. Like everybody's talking about it, the protest that is going to happen on the 1st of August. So you also understand, if you've been online or if you haven't, at least hear it from me now, that the government was trying all possible strategy to be able to avert, to prevent people from protesting. And amongst the things they did was to get people to protest against the protest. Yes, you heard me right. So they got market women, youth leaders, gather them, promise them money, and ask them to go and protest that people should not protest. So in other words, it's supposed to be like a counter protest to protest that is supposed to happen from the 1st of August. However, what we have come to find out is that those people that we are even gathered to do this protest, most of them didn't even receive the money that they were supposed to receive. You understand that these people that are coming out to protest, that there shouldn't be a protest, those people also are feeling the heat of the regime. They are feeling the heat of the government. They are feeling the hunger. They are feeling the expensiveness of everything and the whole corruption that is the country is experiencing. They are also feeling it. But unfortunately, because they want the quick money, they have allowed themselves to be used, and then they're right there in the street with posters moving around saying people should not do protests. And in fact, what we are even hearing now is that people are even threatening other people. Some people are going around in Lagos to go and threaten market women not to protest or tell their kids not to protest. But in this particular case, these are women that were gathered from the market and promised money, promised food and everything. They took them to the stadium, gave them the placards, took pictures of them, like to show that they are demonstrating, and then they left. Now, this particular woman that was screaming was actually screaming and saying they left them there. They didn't give them the money. They didn't give them the food. They didn't give them the water. They didn't give them transport. They just left them there. That's to show that the corruption and the inefficiency of this government is still very, very glaring. Even though they are trying all possible means to cover up, they are trying all possible means to avert this protest, but they are still not efficient. I mean, what you don't have, you don't have. That is what is beginning to show now. What you don't have, you don't have. I don't like talking about government sometimes, because I don't want this channel to be focused on politics. But eventually, it looks like that is what is going to be. Because what is happening now is showing the inefficiency of the government. Look at the market woman that is supposed to be hustling for her own daily bread and the daily bread of her kids. Now she has been dragged to go and do a counter protest. And even the counter protest that she went to do, she didn't get the money. Of course, I'll blame them. Why would they even go and do that? I mean, when you know that for the greater good, if the protest is going to bring a greater result that's going to, help everybody, why are you going for the shortcut, trying to take a quick money? Take a quick money so that, you can be able to take care of yourself. So, on the other hand as well, she was selfish. Although it wasn't her alone, there were a lot of them. But they were selfish for trying to do this side work and get a quick money. However, someone also noticed something that I was reading something, I think on X, which is Twitter. I was reading something the other time, and someone was saying that some of these market women that were gathered to go and do the counter protest, most of them, even though they don't want to do it, but they've been threatened to do it. Like this, what they call the Yaloja, the market leader would tell all of them, you are needed at this location and you have to come because it's the government that is directing people to come. So if you as a market woman or a market person in the market that fails to present yourself there, they are going to take a roll call, like register of those that attended. If you fail to attend, they are going to find a way to frustrate you in that market. So they rather come up with a particular levy or particular fee or particular fine, whatever. They are going to find a way to frustrate you in that market. Maybe you might even eventually leave the market. So people have learned from their experience that these things happen. So whenever they call for things like this, even though they don't like the party, they don't like the person calling them, but as long as it's coming from the market head, they will comply. Because if you don't go, they'll find a way to come against you. So even if you don't like it, so most likely, most of the women that attended, that is looking at it from a different perspective, most of the women that attended might not actually want to go, for real. But because of the threat, they actually went. But then, let's look out for the protest. Now, we hope that the protest, my only fear about this protest is that it doesn't go haywire and then go out of control, that people are not able to be controlled and then they start destroying things, because that is one thing that I know can happen. because people like opportunities like this, even though they know that the person maybe the person they're attacking is not the person that is in charge of what is worrying them, but because they have opportunity, people might start breaking into shops. People might, if they see opportunity for food, see opportunity for clothes, see opportunity for phones and everything, they will start breaking into shops and taking things. That is where the problem is going to come from. Of course, they are protesting for a good government, and bad government. But when they see opportunity to commit crime, they will do it. That is the problem I have with the protest. Or else, why not? Protest should go on. However, Lagos State have also said, not even Lagos State, the government, the federal government even has dedicated some areas where you can go and protest if you want to protest. The one of Lagos, they have the Freedom Park. There's another park again, somewhere in Ikeja, that you can go and protest, and then some other states. And I think what people are saying that they did for southwest, south, the north, but there was no southeast location. So they're only trying to protect the southwest and trying to protect Abuja and the rest of other places. But they didn't give other locations. But my take is that you can't really confine people like that. Lagos is so big that only people in Oshodi will fill up Freedom Park. Only people in Oshodi, in Kenya, will fill up Freedom Park. So there's no way. Okay, tell me how someone from Agor Palace Way will go to Freedom Park to go and protest. You know how many fuel they're going to drive to that place to go and protest, just because you want to protest. You will now move from Apapa and now come to Ikeja to come and protest. Are you insane? So it shows that it's not going to work. So either they're already planning to have excuse to arrest people, to have excuse to, molest people or harass people. That's why they are giving those locations, because those locations cannot work. There's no way it can work. Lagos is so big that you can't confine people to just 2 parks, when the park even cannot take even 1 location. Only 1 local government will even feel what is in local government. Just one particular area will feel. Only Oshodi alone even will be more than Freedom Park. So imagine you put Oshodi, put Ikeja, put Egbeda, put Ikoton, put what they call it, even all those places, Alaba and the rest of it. It's not going to work. So eventually people, they are putting down excuses that will give them the power to arrest, to harass, and to embarrass people. But let's hope it goes up well. Tomorrow is the day. I don't know when you'll be listening to this, but 1st of August is the day. Let's see how it goes.